Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video. And today's video, guys, is going to be about Domenic Thiem, the 27 years old, he's 28 years old nowadays, I believe, or 27, I'm sorry, 27, the 27 years old hard-hitting player from Austria who is at the current moment world number 3. Behind Novak Djokovic and behind Rafael Nadal, who has won 17 ATP Tour titles during his career so far, and he will win more. I am pretty confident. I'm pretty convinced about that. And someone asked me and did to me like this: please do a preview about Domenic Thiem. And I said, if I find time, I will do one. I have done one about Federer, I've done one about Nadal, I've done one about Djokovic. I've done a preview 2021 season for all of the big 3 members. Let's do one about Domenic Thiem, the most recent, the newest Grand Slam champion that we have. He's not the newest Grand Slam champion because the newest Grand Slam champion is Rafa Nadal, because he won French Open. French Open has been played after US Open in last year's strange pandemic year. But you are getting my point. Domenic Thiem is the newest Grand Slam champion since 7 years back, since Marin Cilic back in 2014, when Marin Cilic won US Open. So what do I believe about Domenic Thiem's 2021 season? Alright, let's get into this without any further ado. First of all, do I believe Domenic Thiem will be a one-hit wonder, a la Juan Martín del Potro when he won US Open back in 2009, a la Marin Cilic when he won the same Grand Slam tournament as Del Potro back in 2014. And now Domenic Thiem also wins his first ever major in New York in US Open. Do I believe that we will have the same scenario like we had with Juan Martín del Potro, only winning one major, and we all are pretty sure that Del Potro will not win any more majors. We even don't know when he will play tennis, considering how many injuries that guy has. Unfortunately, he really is missed on the tour, Juan Martín del Potro. And then we have Marin Cilic, who won his first ever major back in 2014, 7 years ago, and his only major during his career. And we all know, even though he still is playing tennis and things like that, but he will not win any more majors, Marin Cilic, we all know that. He has been away out of the biggest tennis scenes since 3 years back, I should say. When did he play last time, Marin Cilic, a big final? I'm going to tell you when he did that. Back in 2018, in that Astel Open final when he lost against Federer in a 5-setter. So it is 3 years ago. And now Domenic Thiem, do I believe he will have the same kind of fate like these two and winning only one major? No, I don't believe, guys. I don't think Domenic Thiem will, when it's all said and done, when he will retire, which will be 7, 8, 9, 10 years from now, that he has won only one major a la Del Potro, a la Marin Cilic. No, I don't think so. He's too good of a player to retire when it's all said and done with only one major. He's just too good of a player. He is just too talented. He just hits the ball too freaking hard to not do more damage than only winning one major. He is on his peak of his career. He has a great coach in Nicolas Massu. He has done some great job with Domenic Thiem, I must say. Because before Nicolas Massu was in the Domenic Thiem's team, when it was in Domenic Thiem's life, Domenic Thiem has always hit on the ball really hard. When he has always had unbelievable hard ground strokes, the Austrian. But he has not always had the greatest patience on the court. He has not always had the greatest shot tolerance on the court. He has not always taken the greatest decisions on the court. Guys, tennis is, not only tennis, but all sports in general, but now I'm talking about tennis, which is my big passion and which is my number one sport in my life. It is not only just hitting the ball hard. Just look at a guy like Felix Aliassime. He hits the ball pretty hard as well, especially with his forehand. But he doesn't know how to construct the points. He doesn't know how to win the points. He thinks that just hit the ball as hard as you can, and you will be successful. No, it's not like that. Tennis is so much more than just hitting the ball hard. You have to have good shot tolerance. You have to have good patience. You have to take good decisions on the court. You name it. And Federer has actually just suffered little about this. Not much. You cannot say a player who wins over 100 titles. He has suffered to have bad shot tolerance, to have bad patience on the court. But Federer has time to time during his career, especially in big matches, taken wrong decisions. Especially big matches, especially in set points, match points, break points, etc., etc. He has taken some horrible decisions, Roger Federer. And that has cost him for sure some Grand Slam titles. One or two for sure. One or two. I can just name two that has cost Roger Federer 2 Grand Slam titles for him, that he has taken wrong decisions. One I can remember is the 2005 Australian Open when he lost in the semi-final against Marat Safin. He had match point there, 2-1 in the lead, tie break. He approaches the net on a second serve. That is not a good decision from Roger Federer. And some of you can say, but it was semi-final. No matter, I don't care. Later Hewitt was waiting in the final. We all knew that later Hewitt, he was a runner-up player already. The huge favorite would have been Federer if he had defeated Safin. He would have crushed later Hewitt. I can guarantee you that. But he lost in the match in the end in 5 sets. Same thing against Federer 2 years ago, Wimbledon 2019. Wrong decisions from Roger Federer in those 2 match points. Wrong decisions. First match point, because I am getting out of the topic here. First match point against Djokovic, he misses the first serve. All right. Then second, he takes a great second serve. Federer has a great second serve, in my opinion. One of the greatest second serves on the tour. Not the greatest second serve, obvious, John Isner have. But Federer, he takes in the second serve. Djokovic, he returns it. Instead, Federer, to take the ball with his backhand, he tries to go around and take it with his forehand, when he didn't have the space to do it. But Federer gets so nervous, so shaky, that he takes wrong decisions in big points, especially against his nemesis Novak Djokovic. One wrong decision there on his first match point. Then the second match point, he actually takes in the first serve. And some of you can say, yeah, good from Federer, he takes in the first serve on his second championship point against Novak Djokovic. But you know that he was not going for the tee. Federer should have gone to place the ball on the tee. He was not trying to find his spots on that second championship point. He took the first serve in, yeah, that's true, but you are taking the first serve in, middle on the court, against the greatest serve returner of all time, in my opinion. You think you will win the tournament, the Wimbledon, for the 9th time by putting your first serve in the middle of your service box? You think you will win the Wimbledon title by doing that? No! Wrong decision. He should have gone to the tee or to the corner. He should have gone for a spot serve. Even though that he would have missed maybe the first serve, who cares? Because to take the ball on the middle of the service box, even though it is a first serve, for me, it is like serving a second serve against a great serve returner like Djokovic. There you have Federer's second bad decision against Djokovic in that Wimbledon final 2019. He was not going for a spot serve. He was trying just to put the serve into the play. And it was on or fed on Novak's racket. And Novak, he blocked the serve. He blocked the return. And then we have Federer's third horrible decision. He approached the net on a bad approach. He was not approaching, he was not doing a good approach where Novak was pushed to the corner. He put the forehand on the middle of the court. On the middle of the court, and he thought he will win the Wimbledon title by doing that. By doing that kind of horrible approach. No problem for Novak. Novak passed him. The rest is history. So there I can tell you two big matches in Federer's career where he, in my opinion, he lost those. He lost huge, and I can mention more against Del Potro 2009 US Open final, Nadal 2008 Wimbledon final. But in my opinion, these two are, because against Del Potro, yeah, he was up in the lead 2-1 in sets, but he didn't have match points. Against Nadal 2008 Wimbledon final, he didn't have match points. In these two matches, he had match points. Even though against Safin it was semi-final, but he would have crushed Leighton Hewitt in the final. And against Djokovic, he was only 1 point away. But bad decisions cost Federer these two Grand Slam titles. And that's why, I mean, with Felix Aliassime, he knows how to play tennis. He has a great forehand. He's a great athlete, but he doesn't know how to win matches because he takes really horrible decisions. Also, because he has some weaknesses as well, like bad second serve. He does a lot of double faults, weak returns, weak backhand as well. Anyway, back to Domenic Thiem. Domenic Thiem, Nicolas Massou has taught Domenic Thiem to take better decisions on the court, to be more patient on the court, to have better shot tolerance on the court, and that has paid off. It really has paid off. In the first year that they worked together, I think it was back in 2019, then they started to work together. Dominic won 4 or 5 titles that year, back in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. 2019 was one of Dominic's best year in his career. But Dominic won his biggest title last year in US Open when he won his first ever major. Some of you can say, but Domenic Thiem has not been that successful in really, really big matches. I think he's 2 to 5. He has played 7 big finals, I can say, and he has only won 2 of them. He has played 4 Grand Slam finals. He has played 3 Master 1000 finals, and he has played 2 ATP Tour finals. So here you have 9 big finals that Domenic Thiem has played, and he has won only 2 out of 9 of these big finals. But if you look carefully at these big finals, he has, against Nadal in French Open, he has 2 French Open finals. What can you do against him? Do Nadal even need a resume, a CV, who that guy is on clay? For God's sakes, he has lost only 2 matches on clay in 5 sets. I'm not counting 3 sets now. 5 sets matches, he has lost only 2. And he has won over 100 matches there. 100 in Paris. Over 100 if we count the Davis Cup matches as well. So, he has lost 2 French Open finals there against Nadal. Is that a bad thing? Is that something to be ashamed of? To be ashamed of, to lose against Rafa Nadal in French Open? And then he has lost against Djokovic last year in Australian Open. Tough 5-setter. Is it a shame? Is it something to be ashamed of? To be ashamed of to lose against Novak Djokovic in Australian Open? The dude who has won 8 titles there, 7 titles when they played with team after he defeated team 8. No. Then he has lost a couple of Masters. That there, in my opinion, he should have won at least. I know that one of the Masters finals that he has lost, it has been against Zverev. I think that in my opinion, he's a better clay court player than Alexander Zverev. So he should have won at least one Masters on clay where he lost against Zverev. Anyway, and then he has lost 2 ATP Tour finals in London. Both of them have been really close. He should at least won one of them. 2019 against Tsitsipas, 2020 against Medvedev. And he was 1 or 2 points away of winning both of them, but he lost. Instead of winning both of them, or at least one of them, he lost both of them. So he has not been the most successful player on big matches. So he has won only 2 big finals out of 9 that he has played. One against Roger Federer in Indian Wells back in 2019, and one against Alexander Sasha Zverev in US Open back in 2020. But I am not concerned because it is not like in my opinion, I think that it is not something to be worried about why he has lost so many big finals. He has obviously lost more than he has won more. He has big potential, Domenic Thiem. I don't think he will end with one major when his career is all said and done. I don't think we will get a new Marin Cilic or a new Del Potro. I just don't think so. I really don't think. Look what he's doing to the big 3. Do you know that the big 3 biggest threat is Domenic Thiem? It's not Tsitsipas, it is not Zverev, it is not Medvedev, it is not Shapovalov, it is not Dimitrov, it is not Berrettini, it is not Rublev, it is Domenic Thiem. He leads Roger Federer 5-2 in the head-to-head. He has won the last 3 encounters. Domenic Thiem. Djokovic is leading Thiem 7-5 for sure in the head-to-head. But the last 7 meetings, Thiem is leading Djokovic 5-2. Nadal leads Domenic Thiem in the head-to-head 9-6. The last 2 encounters, Thiem has defeated Nadal. And if we look the last 7 encounters between Rafa and Thiem actually leads 4-3. Domenic Thiem, he's defeating Djokovic, Nadal. Federer, he's owning. Federer, he's owning 5-2. Much more than what they are defeating him. Domenic Thiem is on his peak of his career. Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer are not. Especially not Federer. If Thiem and Federer would face each other this year, I don't care which surface, I would pick Thiem to defeat Federer. If Thiem faces Rafael Nadal on hard courts, I'm not saying in all surfaces like I'm saying with Federer. If Thiem faces Nadal on hard courts, I will pick Thiem to defeat Nadal. And if Thiem faces Novak Djokovic in 2020, in all surfaces, clay, grass, maybe not grass, and with Federer as well, maybe not. I will not pick Thiem against Federer on grass, maybe, even though the team has actually defeated Federer on grass once, back in 2016 Stuttgart semi-final. Of course, Federer had a match point there, but like Federer has done so many times during his career, he didn't convert that match point. Anyway, if Thiem faces Djokovic on clay or hard courts in 2020, I will favor slightly Thiem. Not maybe huge, but slightly Thiem. He owns Djokovic the last 7 meetings, 5-2. So the big three's biggest problem, it is Domenic Thiem. He is strong, he's powerful, he has a great serve, underrated serve I should say. I don't like his returns, even though that he has become a much better returner, especially in a lot ATP Tour finals that I saw 8 weeks ago. I like Domenic Thiem's returns. He has improved his returns, but he still is not a good returner. He's an okay returner, but he still needs to improve his returns more. But he has improved them much more than, let's say, 2 years ago. So, but Domenic Thiem, what are his strengths? He's a heavy, powerful player. He can do damage from 0 to 4 shots. He can put the ball away in all surfaces. Why do you think he's so good on clay? On clay, you need to put the ball away. You need to be good on shot tolerance. You need to have you need to be consistent. You need to have a good stamina. You need to have good cardio, and you need to be powerful and put the ball away because the surface is slow. That's what Rafa Nadal does so great on clay. He puts the ball away. That's what Djokovic doesn't do so good on clay. He doesn't put the ball away, Djokovic, because he doesn't have power like he used to have 7, 8, 9 years ago, Novak Djokovic. And Domenic Thiem, he can put the ball away in all surfaces. And some of you maybe thinks Domenic Thiem's best surface is clay. Yeah, probably it is. He has won his majority of his tournaments on clay, but he has won his biggest tournaments outside clay, hard courts. He has never won a Masters on clay, but he has won on hard courts. Indian Wells, 2019, defeated Federer in the final there. He has never won a Grand Slam title on clay, French Open. He has never won it, and we all know why. Because a certain Rafa Nadal has stopped him. But he has won a Grand Slam title, his first one, on hard courts. So Domenic Thiem, to me, he's maybe even more dangerous outside clay than he's on clay. Not on grass. Grass, he needs to improve his returns much more than what he has at the current moment. Because even though Domenic Thiem is super dangerous on clay, and he has time to unload his big swing with his forehand because the surface is slower, and he can go around and hit his forehand much more on clay than he can do off clay, but he does much more damage outside clay. He does much more winners outside clay because the surface helps him there. He can do much more damage with his serve outside clay, which he cannot do on clay, even though that he has that kick serve, and which is much more effective on clay than it is outside clay. But he just can do so much more winners outside clay. He can do so much more damage outside clay. He can just punish his opponents more outside clay. And so I'm not saying that Domenic Thiem is better on hard court than he is on clay, because obviously the titles is saying something else. He has won his majority of his titles on clay, but he has won the biggest titles outside clay. His first Master and his first Grand Slam. So he's an all-round player, and even though grass is his weakest surface, I must say, he has actually won one grass court title as well. The Stuttgart back in 2016, when he defeated Roger Federer in the semi-final and then won the final. Even though it is a little tournament, 250 class tournament, but he has won titles in all surfaces. That is not something you can say about, say, a player like Medvedev. Medvedev, I don't think he has ever won a clay court title during his career so far. But Domenic Thiem, he has won titles on grass, on hard court, and obviously on clay. So Domenic Thiem, I think he will have a good 2021 season. I really think so. If he's healthy, if he doesn't get himself injured, he will have a good 2021 season. He will finish in the top 5. I'm pretty confident about that. He will finish on the top 5. Which spot? I don't know. He can maybe finish 5, maybe 4, maybe 3, even maybe second. Do I believe he will finish the year as world number 1? No. I think he will finish world number 2, 3 or 4. Maybe even 5, but most likely 2, 3 or 4 he will finish the year. I don't think he will finish the year as the world number 1, Domenic Thiem. I think he will win one slam. I really think so. Which slam? I think it will be Australian Open or US Open. I think he will win one of these hardcore slams. Which one? I don't know. Do you know what I watch my previous videos sometimes because I forget what I've said sometimes. I forget. And I watched a video that I did back in 2019 that video was called a preview of the 2020 season, and I said many things there who I did believe will win the majors and the Masters, and I actually was right who will win the majors. I thought Djokovic would win the 2020 Australian Open, which he won. I thought that Nadal would win the French Open 2020, which he did, even though I changed my pick when the tournament started. But now I'm talking what I believed 1 year before the season started. And the thing that I was really proud of, and the thing that was what made me happy, because to predict that Nadal will win French Open, it is not any rocket science, really. Everybody knows that. And to predict that Djokovic will win Australian Open, at least in the past, where he has been so much successful, and then when he has won the tournament 8 times, before that previous 7 times, it is not any rocket science as well. But the words I said, who will win the US Open, what made me happy? I named 3 players. I named the US Open will be won by one of these 3 players: Medvedev, Tsitsipas, or Thiem. I didn't believe that Nadal would win the 2020 US Open. I didn't believe that Djokovic will win the 2020 US Open. And I was right in that. Thiem won US Open. I named one of these 3 players. You have watched that video, you probably or maybe remember what I said. So, and let's see how my predictions will be about Federer 2021, about Nadal 2021, about Djokovic 2021, and about Thiem 2021. I believe that Domenic Thiem will win one major. And I don't think he will win French Open. I don't think he will win Wimbledon. French Open is just, you have a guy who is so superior there, so it is really 98% chance that he will win it, because he wins 98% of his matches. He has won 100 matches and has lost only 2 matches. That makes him 98%, that gives him 98% chance to win the French Open. Wimbledon, I think Thiem can do big damage in Wimbledon. I really think he has improved his returns. He has heavy ground strokes. He doesn't like the low bounce that is in Wimbledon. But last time he played Wimbledon back in 2019, he lost to Sam Querrey. It is not a shame to lose against Sam Querrey, against a dude who has defeated both Murray and Djokovic in Wimbledon. So, and he had Sam Querrey in that first round back in 2019, I remember, Domenic Thiem, and he lost in 4 sets. So, I don't think Domenic Thiem is horrible on grass. You cannot call a player who defeats Roger Federer on grass, even though it was outside Wimbledon, it was in Stuttgart back in 2016. You cannot call a player like that horrible. Is it his weakest surface? Absolutely. But I don't think he's quite ready winning Wimbledon this year. French Open, he will always be dangerous, of course. I think that if someone stops Rafa Nadal in French Open, it will for sure be Thiem. Nobody else. Rafa's, you remember what I said when I did my preview about Rafa Nadal. Rafa's biggest threats in French Open is his health, and it is Domenic Thiem. Why? Domenic Thiem has everything that Rafa has, but Rafa does it much better. What is clay court about? Stamina, shot tolerance, cardio, consistency, and doing damage on 0 to 5 shots. Domenic Thiem has all of this. He has stamina, he has consistency, he has cardio, he has shot tolerance, and he does a lot of damage from 0 to 4 shots. He can put away that ball with his heavy ground strokes. Domenic Thiem's biggest problem is that when he doesn't play good, it really looks ugly. It really, and we have to accept that. He will not be as consistent as Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer. Who will? He will not play good week in and week out. He will not go deep in every single tournament. He will not. We saw what happened in Cincinnati last year. He lost the first round, and then he went on to win US Open 2 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? So we need to accept sometimes it will look ugly when Domenic Thiem is on a tennis court. But when the big tournaments all around or just around the corner, he will deliver. He delivered in Australian Open last year. He was not that far away of defeating Djokovic. He delivered in US Open. He won the title. He delivered in ATP Tour Finals in London. He only was 2 or 3 points away of defeating Medvedev. In French Open, he lost in quarterfinal. It was not like he lost in 3rd or 4th round. He lost in quarterfinal, even though he should never have lost against Diego Schwartzman. But Diego Schwartzman he's not an easy dude taking on clay. He's not. Let's be honest. And see what he was pretty tired. Domenic Thiem when he faced Diego Schwartzman in that quarterfinal French Open. So when the big tournaments are around, Domenic Thiem, he will deliver. When he will look ugly on a tennis court, I think it will be mostly in small tournaments and maybe in some Masters as well. For sure in some Masters. He will not go deep in all the Masters. I don't know how many Masters we will have this year, because this year will not be in a regular year as well, because we still have that pandemic. We still have this pandemic is not over, not yet. So, but when he will play the big events, slams and Masters, especially slams, he will be one of top 3 contenders to win those tournaments. One of top 3 contenders besides in Wimbledon. In Australian Open, he is one of top 3 contenders to win that tournament. He is. In French Open, he is one of top 2 contenders. Rafa is the number 1 favorite, Domenic Thiem is number 2. Forget Djokovic. I don't even want to go to details why Novak Djokovic is not second favorite in French Open. I don't want to go in any details. I have already done it. In US Open, he will be one of top 3 contenders to win that title. So I think Domenic Thiem will end when the season is over in the top 5 in the ranking, most likely 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. I think he will win 3 to 5 titles. 3 to 5 titles. All right? Maybe not 3 to 5 titles. You never know with this guy, because he's not as consistent as Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer. I will say so. Between 2 to 4 titles, I think Domenic Thiem will win. All titles counted. 250 class, 500, Masters, Grand Slams. 2 to 4 titles, I think he will win. And I think that one of these 2 to 4 titles, one will be a Grand Slam title. And that Grand Slam title will come in Australian Open or in US Open. One of these 2 hard courts slams, I think Domenic Thiem will be the winner. I don't think he will be the winner in Wimbledon. I don't think he will be the winner in French Open. So, there you have my Domenic Thiem preview, guys, for 2021 season. Before I wrap this video out, I need to make my family members happy. They have been up in my head. Everybody say, why are you not saying to your viewers to subscribe to your channel? You are crazy. People who have millions of subscribers, they're saying subscribe, push that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. And I will make them happen. I will say it. And I have looked a little in my videos, guys. Many of you who watch my videos, you're not subscribing. And trust me, I don't care. I'm not getting any money from these videos. I swear, I'm not getting. I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm a small YouTuber. But if you appreciate my videos, if you are appreciating these contents, push that subscribe button and subscribe. At least make my kids and my family members happy. Because they are saying to me, you are not having even 1,000 subscribers and you are doing YouTube videos for 2 years. They are surprised. You are talking so much passion. You are giving so much of your time, and I'm a busy man. I'm an extremely busy man. Trust me. I have work, a lot of kids, parents, siblings, etc., 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 and wife, which I should not forget. So I've looked up, and many of you watch my videos and you're not subscribing. More than 50% of you who watch my videos, you are not subscribers. I am not forcing anyone to subscribe to my channel, but if you like these videos, if you are appreciating that I'm giving my time to you, and I'm not getting a dime for this, the least you can do is to subscribe. I don't care much, but I'm not gonna lie. I would be happy if I come to at least 1,000 subscribers. In 2 years' time, I have not even come to 1,000 subscribers, not 100. In 2 years' time. Why? Because many of you watch my videos, you're not subscribed. So if that is not so much bothering you, if I'm not expecting much of you, I'm not expecting anything. All I want is push that button and subscribe if you like my videos. If not, I love you guys anyway. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.